not your hands be weak, for your work shall be rewarded. 2 Chronicles chapter 15, verse 7. Good afternoon. My name is Kiara Alexis, and I'm from Oakland, California. Growing up in Oakland, California was pretty rough for me. My mother was a single parent, raising 4 children on her own. The neighborhood was corrupted by drugs, gangs, and violence. But this was no excuse for my siblings and I to fall short and become a product of our environment. Although my mother worked hard, we had very little, and it still amazes me how she managed to keep a roof over our heads and clothes on our backs. Watching her work so hard, always putting her children first, instilled hard work and selflessness in my heart. From the time I was in junior high school, I had a dream, a mission, a goal, to become a very wealthy woman. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to be or do, but I knew without a shadow of a doubt that I wanted to be well off, living on the other side of town, in my dream home, with a husband and 2 children, and a cute Yorkie named Sweet Pea. But this dream was almost shattered when my 6th grade PE teacher told us that if your parents are poor, then you'll be poor too. I almost allowed this to totally destroy my motivation and self-worth, but there was something on the inside of me that kept telling me not to heed that message. Where there is a will, there is a way, and I knew I would find a way. So I set my mind on learning everything I could in order to find my calling. I've worked with children, I've worked in the food industry, I've done clerical work, and now I have the opportunity to work in the recycling industry. Each opportunity has served a great purpose and has increased my knowledge and capabilities in becoming the woman I am today. Out of all my previous job positions, recycling was the only one I thought I wouldn't last long in. I mean, it's a pretty dirty job, and dirt has never been a friend of mine. So how did I, a woman, find my way into this dangerous male-dominated industry? Well, let me tell you a little story. I was 19 years old, a newlywed with a 1-year-old daughter who had needs beyond which I could provide. I was also released from my job, so the pressure was really on. This was unacceptable to me, so I began seeking employment every single day. I searched high and low for anyone to hire me. As I began to feel hopeless, I even considered joining the Navy. It seemed like everything in my life started going downhill. Joining the Navy was something that I had considered before, but now I have a family, and I couldn't make a decision like that so quickly. This option was ruled out. I began to wonder why I hadn't been called back for any positions. I had no criminal background and a pretty good work history. This hopelessness and stress continued for almost 6 months until I finally applied for a position at Civicorps. They called me back quickly with an interview date. At that moment, I saw a ray of hope beaming in my direction. Upon accepting the Civicorps Corps member position, I had no idea what great possibilities Civicorps had to offer me. Although I was told how they could help me progress in life, like being able to earn AmeriCorps Education Awards, get my commercial driver's license, and to get forklift certified, I just wasn't too confident I would fit in, or if I could even last long in a field like this. The manual labor and smelly uniform was enough to make me run for the door. But the fact that I needed this opportunity and my responsibility as a mother sank in. So I put on my big girl pants and, as my mother says, handle my business. My mother also told me that I wouldn't be able to make it in life just by being pretty. She told me I would have to get my hands dirty sometimes, and this enlightenment was so on time. Although her words weren't always easy to swallow, she had a way of preparing me for life. Thanks, Mama. Listening to her words and taking a chance on myself, I was able to turn my whole life around. I worked from the bottom to the top, as a sorter on the recycling line, then a helper on the waste collection trucks. I obtained my commercial driver's license permit, but I ended up leaving the Corps because I got pregnant with my son. I found employment with a transportation company, where I got my Class B commercial driver's license with a passenger endorsement. Although I appreciated my time with this company, my heart was in maneuvering my Civicorps truck throughout the East Bay. So to the Corps I went. They welcomed me with open arms, and this is where I was thankful that I had kept a good rapport with them, because if I had not, this probably wouldn't have happened. The next challenge for me was obtaining my air brake certification. That test is such a booger, but not impossible. I say that because it took me all 3 chances to finally pass. But through my failed attempts, my Civicorps family never gave up on me. Even when I said, nope, I'm not doing it again, they encouraged me to keep on trying until I got it, and I did. During my time at Civicorps, I earned AmeriCorps Education Awards and have already put them to use at the community college. I've also earned the respect of my community. Everyone is impressed when they realize it's a woman in the cockpit of my 23,000-pound work truck. Random people just walk up to me and tell me what an excellent job I'm doing, and some are amazed at how well I'm able to maneuver my truck and handle those heavy carts. When children see the truck approaching, they are so excited and they wave at you like you're a movie star. It's incredible. I have created so many great memories from my time at Civicorps, but the one I will always remember is the first time I fell behind schedule on my route and I reached out for help from the other drivers. I remember looking up to see not only 1 truck, but 2 trucks there to help me. My coworkers jumped out of the truck saying, "We got your back, we won't leave you out here by yourself." This memory plays repeatedly in my mind as a clear demonstration of teamwork, and it was the beginning of a lasting friendship between my coworkers and me. Through Civicorps partnership, I now work for Waste Management, a blue-collar job that pays lots of green dollars. With that money, I plan to do great things for my community. I have hopes of one day opening a community center to refocus the minds of the youth, spread love, and motivate greatness. I have also written my first children's book, which will be published. As for my family and me, our dream home, the dream home that almost never was, will be paid for, as will a good education for both my children. I look forward to planning annual camping trips and family vacations too. Thanks to Civicorps, I am happy to say that I will now be able to give my children the life I didn't have growing up. Thank you.